The cake was that big. Hi. Welcome to day 5 of the Jingle Jam. Except this time, imagine it's the Jingle Jam, but no face cam. Yeah? Okay? Okay? You understand? No cam today. You're gonna have to live with that, but in return, I'm gonna work on V6. You couldn't see how big the cake is? Well, you couldn't anyway, because I've fucking eaten it. So, you know, there's that. But I had a little bit of permission to work on V6. Am I gaming? No. No. I don't know how. I never learned. No one ever taught me. You guys want to see something? So all of us will have a report for clickbait? God damn. No proof of cake? I've got no proof of cake. I'm sorry. I promise I had a cake though. It was a little cake. A little lemon flavoured cake. Okay, you can see something cool. This is a real life V6 building. It's not, I don't know, it doesn't feel that exciting to me. But you know, maybe that's because I work on V6 buildings every day. But this is a V6 building. There's a little one in the forest. And no, I'm not showing you all of V6. It's just this building. Right now. Oh yeah, look at you guys go. You can guess what building it is. That'd be fun. That sounds like a fun game. I'm gonna finish texturing it first. I don't know if these are the textures I'll leave it at, but these are the textures I'm going with. My process is usually texture, finish building, and then decide I don't like the textures and retexture. So this is stage 1. For those it looks all messed up and abandoned, isn't that what you have fun making? It is. Abandoned buildings are my favourite. For those who don't know, who are just joining us today, this is the Jingle Jam, where we raise money for charity. As you can see, we've got this bar on the right of the screen. With !point donate in the chat, or the link at the top of the description, you can donate to charity, and you will get a bunch of games in return. If you donate £35 or more, it's about $42 for my American friends. And you will get a collection of 18 great games. And 100% of your money goes to charity. The charities this year, there are 8 great charities the money gets split between. The charities this year are... I've got my list this time. I came prepared. War Child, Campaign Against Living Miserably. Autistica, 𝗘𝗺cie Sarcoma Cancer Research, the Trevor Project, the Grand Appeal, and the Whale and Dolphin Conservation Charity, which are 8 very, very good charities. I think it's hard to say you have a favourite charity, but I think the Grand Appeal might be my favourite, as they are building donate towards a children's hospital in Bristol, which is very important. The Skybox is amazing, I know, right? We've currently raised, how much is that? £530 for charity. I'd like to raise as much as possible. I do this every year. Let's get a floor in here. I did almost finish this building, I'm not gonna lie. What's the purpose of this building? Is it base? I'll talk about it, but I'm enjoying seeing people guess first. That's quite entertaining. So the basic layout is pretty much done. It might change a little bit. I'm going to add doors though. Doors are quite important. I mean, I don't know. Maybe revolutionary new base. with outdoors. How is a Gmod map taking this long to make? Because it's fucking huge. I don't know if you've noticed, but Paralake is quite a big map. Paralake V6 bigger than GTA 6? Could you imagine? I don't think Source could handle that. I moved the map over to a blank file so as not to leak the rest of the map accidentally. It does mean that all my settings did not transfer over. It's a little annoying. I was adjusting the grid there to get it right. But you know, oh well. I don't know, for Christmas I get beef to V6. No comment, but it seems unlikely. We're not quite there yet. Not quite there yet. I won't talk about any... I won't answer any release date related questions. I don't know if I want these doors. Everyone's got to be nice, so I'll just stop streaming. Oh my god, we blew past the that goal there, didn't we? Please don't turn slums into a luxury place. Now, if we did that, it wouldn't very much be slums, would it? Slums will remain very slummy. In fact, I would say that slums is slummier than before. Is this how you usually do it? Like separate maps for different buildings, or only because of the stream? Only because of the stream. Usually I work on the master map file. Ham has a thing called cordons, which lets you select an area of the map and turn on the cordon, and it stops it displaying everything else in the map, which makes the grids easier to use. But I do work on the main map file usually. I make this building a little bit longer. Just a touch. Oh, it's kind of a pain to do, but I kind of want to. Screw up. Let's bring it out a little bit more. What program are we using to make the map? This is 𝗲𝗄++, which is a community-built version of Hammer, which is Valve's level editor. Like I said, to me this doesn't seem like a very interesting stream, but I mean, you're more than welcome to tag along. I will say this is not Hicktown. How far on this end do we go out? 12. Wood cabin 2.0. There is a lack of wood on this so-called wood cabin. So no, keep guessing. Wood shack? Metal shack, maybe. Yeah, that's a better size. I don't want it to be too big. It's not supposed to be too big. But a little bit bigger. I'm going to move the door now. Forest hut. I mean, I don't hate the name Forest Hut, but I don't think it's what I'm going to go with. I think this is okay. I think size-wise this is fine for what I'm going for. Maybe it's too big now. No, it's okay. Let's go this like here. I'm glad that we've got Q&A Rogue here. Is this the new police derby? This is the police department, actually. This is just it. I'm sorry, we've budget cuts. This is the police department now. There's quite a lot of you in here. For those just joining, we're raising money for the Jingle Jam, which is a big charity event. If you donate £35 or more with the link in the description, you can get your hands on 18 great games, and 100% of your money goes to charity. We've raised £575 so far, and even if you can't donate the full 35 to get the games collection, everything helps. Some great charities this year. Okay, I think size-wise this is better. But let's deal with this blend. This is the new PD Crim update? Exactly. What do I want to get rid of here? Let's get rid of Funk Detail and World Geometry. Bring displacements back, turn props off. I don't know, should we be going more in depth? People want to know how the source level design works? I don't know what I'm supposed to be saying here. This is called a displacement. Displacement is different from a brush. As you can see, it allows us to create terrain. It also allows us to use blend textures, which lets us paint on the terrain. Gmod's version of Source only supports two textures being blended together, but later versions of Source, such as the CSGO branch, lets you blend up to 4 textures together, which would be lovely, but not possible here. What is the hardest challenge you've had for V6 so far? Well, fighting the limits of Hammer, of Source, has been tough, like challenging, kind of annoying. But I'd say, what's the hardest? City Hall has a very noticeable feature that I won't spoil, but it was a nightmare to make. I won't spoil what it is, but it did suck to make. I can't think what else was really difficult. Bank wasn't difficult, more just creatively challenging. But overall, it came together well. But there were some moments where I was like, oh, I just don't want to make. I think I stopped halfway through making bank, and was like, yeah, I don't want to do this anymore, and moved on to a completely different part of the map. Okay, I want some like truss beams in the roofing for extra detail. But I don't know if I want to model them or do them in Hammer. The casino is still called Felton's Casino in V6. What's your question, Tyler J? Will Vault Corp feature in V6? I don't think we have the limits. I don't think it'll fit. Oh, I'm very sorry. We tried, but I just don't see it happening. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. I might be able to do this in Hammer, actually. Which beats having to load up Blender, I guess. I don't know if it would look better if I did it in Blender, though. Where's my reference picture? Somewhere. Are there new structures? Yes. Yes, there are. I found it. Okay, so actually I don't think I want it like this. What's happening in the bottom right? What, this panel here? This is a side view. So these two are the side views of the building. If I turn props off, it's easier to see. So this is from this side. This one is from this side. And this one here is the top view. Show them the Star Destroyer. We can't leak the Star Destroyer. Come on. It's a secret. Freddy will kill me. Okay, let's bring this across to the middle point. I don't know what kind of height it should be. Maybe 16? I'm going to start setting this this goal higher. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoy your games collection. Actually, no, we want this to come to here. Okay, I think 16 by maybe 4 is what I want for this truss piece. Yeah. But it looks like Wallbang Heaven. Bring this down to, what is wall height here? Right. Why won't you sit on wall height? Where is this? Okay, yeah, this is wall height. make a basement. See, basements are difficult. Basements require cutting extra brush, which uses more resources. On top of that, we're on a displacement here, and that just kind of makes it more of a pain. Well, I guess less resources technically, but more of a pain. So I'm going to bring this up here. Maybe this should be... Yeah, this isn't going to be it. This isn't it. I'm going to need it to be 32 units. Well, you put your victims with nice basement. Obviously, that's what the body closet is for. Of course, of course. I think this is going to be it. Yeah, it's probably a better height for truss. I think we can try and make this in hammer. I think it's doable. So I'm going to turn this into a detail. And then I'm going to lower. We're going to stop incrementing by 50 here. We're going to see if we can hit a goal of £700 for charity today. Okay, so what I'm going to need to do to this is, let's get it on its own. So I'm making a little truss piece that I can put along the ceiling. I'm going to go like this. One on top, two. Now I could model this, and I might have to. I don't know. You can't see? My bad, my bad. I swear I know what I'm doing. Do I download the whole repo as a zip every time instead of just putting it in updating? You don't want me? I think you know I don't. He's on to Tyler. Because I feel like Tyler, you would just download the whole repository as a zip. No offense. Is the rest of the map cordoned off? The rest of the map is in a different file. Because I don't trust myself not to accidentally open it. So we are 90 away from the new charity goal. £35 or more and get your hands on some great games. Am I a good sales rep yet? So let me just take a look at my reference picture. Maybe I don't want the censored bit to be a texture. Because it definitely could be. But it actually might be better if it's not. Because I believe Hammer has some truss textures. I'm aware you can't see my texture window. See, Hammer does have these truss textures. Which I could use, but it sort of doesn't have the same depth to it. It's kind of cheap, you know? So, I think let's make real truss. I have one hand on the kill switch in case I leak the whole map. I do. I truly do. In fact, Freddy has the kill switch on me in case I leak the whole map. Go with an 8-piece for the ends. Okay, now we're basically modeling in Hammer. At this point, I probably should just open Blender and model it, but, you know, we've come this far. I just can't bother to open it. Is there no custom textures in V6? There are literally hundreds, if not thousands, of custom textures in V6. Well, texture files, because I'm including models there to be cheeky. Not including it, yes, there are many, probably still hundreds of custom textures in V6. Blink if you need help, you can't see my face. There's a lot of content. The map is quite big when it comes to file size. I don't know if I'm supposed to say how big it is right now. We will aim to get it down and optimize it, but currently it's quite big. I think we're sitting at... I think the content's about 2.6 gigabytes right now. Which, for Source 1, a single map, it's quite big. For context, the whole server, I think, is like 5 or 6 gigabytes. Okay, how big should these be? How far apart? I guess this should actually be a bit thinner. How big is the map if you were playing it? It's like V5, but a bit bigger. Can you make V6 in Minecraft? I'm sure someone will. I look forward to seeing it. Okay, what size is this gap? Oh my god, it's a 69 unit gap. As nice as that is, I'm gonna make it 64. Making this in Blender would have been easier. Yeah, 64 is good. Right, how close does this go up to going in equally to 64 though? Not particularly close, but that's okay. I think then we will extend this piece and then we'll give it like a wall socket, so it's like it's holding itself into the wall. Next question is how well is this gonna... Oh my god, it's no problem. Amazing. That's what we like. Okay, then actually let's bring this out here. Honestly, someone please tell me why I haven't done this in Blender. I've come too far to stop now, but it would have been way faster. I'm just gonna do this. Which favorite part of V6 that you can tell us about? My favorite, I have... Okay, there is... I've spoken about this in the Server Boosters channel before. There is a building in the city. It's kind of industrial building that I like a lot. Probably my favorite. It's probably my favorite building. And on top of that, also... I don't want to... I don't know. Maybe I can't tell. Maybe I can't talk about that one. The replacement monorail station is what I'll say. Is my other favorite building. Hungry's is pretty good. I like Hungry's. Just left on the line here. I know, right? I know, right? Okay. These are going to intersect, which is fine. That you don't want intersecting brush. Intersecting brush is bad. It causes extra resources to be used when compiling, as well as just make compiling much longer. But we're going to make this a model, so it would be fine. But because they are intersecting at the same axis, player facing, we would run into z-fighting, which is whenever you see in games texture flickering, that's z-fighting, and that's bad. How long does a full compile take? As of this morning, with only HDR lighting on my computer, half an hour. Whoops. Just put the rest... it's fine, I put the rest of the map back. but the map is pretty well optimized for Viz right now. It used to take longer. What about the office buildings? Can have multiple floors because it's called office complex, or just one? Or can you not tell us because that is the kill switch? Can I tell you? Oh, it's a charity stream, you know? There are 3 purchasable offices in Office Complex. That's all I'm going to say. And by that, I mean I've said it all. Although, to be honest, it was fairly obvious from the screenshots we've shown. If you go through them all. Will there be new drugs? Or is it going to be the same? V6 is a map update. Content updates, if and when they happen, will happen separately. I mean, there'll be some content, like game mode updates with the map, because that's necessary. But big things will come separately. The map will be enough. Tell you what I do look forward to seeing. When we release the map, I look forward to seeing people going through the trailer and seeing what's different. Because the trailer is like, what, 4 months old now? The first trailer, the teaser. And quite a lot has changed since then. Botcorp's getting his private office. Hell yeah. Have we tested the map? We are constantly testing the map internally. There's usually builds every week to 2 weeks. And then we'll play the map, give feedback. So constantly, it's an evolving process. Is there a release date? Not yet. Not yet. Okay, this is looking better. More 3D. So I think it's probably okay. My reference has some extra struts to it, but I don't think it's necessary. It has like, I mean, we can see what it looks like. It has like an extra strut going across all of them, but I don't think it's good. You say hold me to it like I'm going to remove the other 2 purchasable office properties. Office has been done for quite a while. Office was the second building I worked on as a developer. Well, technically my first building as a developer because I started working on V6 before I was a developer. This one's going to need to be wider. What's it now? 4? Let's go with 16. Actually, 16 is a bit much. Let's go with 10. So my reference has this on it as well. But I think this is probably just a bit much. Kind of messy. Ideas and suggestions have V6 ideas and suggestions. What I will say is that there are suggestions accepted that just aren't quite the same anymore because they were accepted just a long time ago. And V6 has really evolved. It's been in development for nearly 18 months now and has evolved significantly from when it started. Especially, admittedly, when I joined, I probably have delayed it a little bit, but for the better, I promise. But V6 is looking good. But you know, I think I went through the suggestions pretty recently and moved the ones that aren't happening back into denied. I don't like those bits. I'm not going to do them. But I think this is fine. Now we've got to texture it. Bolly's the one who delayed it? Yeah, Bolly initially delayed it. Quite significantly, not going to lie. So, let's find some metal textures. Now, someone mentioned using Half-Life 2 textures, and yes, I am using Half-Life 2 textures for this. Now, the map does have a lot of custom textures, because a lot of Half-Life textures don't work, as I'm sure many people have noticed looking at V5, that it makes the city look very run down, Half-Life 2 textures, because it's, you know, a post-apocalyptic game. But, for building out in the forest, Half-Life 2 textures actually work quite well, so I don't really need to import new textures. But there are plenty of new textures, trust me. A percent of how much you would say it's done? I can't say that one. I could probably give a relatively accurate percent because we keep track of all the stuff that we're working on, but like I said, it's an evolving map, and if something changes, then I'll be held to a timeline. £620 for charity so far. I wonder if we can get to 700 by the end of the stream. Remember, if you donate £35 or more, you get some games. Everyone likes games, right? You'll need something to play while you wait for V6 to be finished, so, you know, might as well. Also, no texture is final. That's something you've got to learn. I will throw textures on now, because texturing helps, you know, work. But I'll probably change them all. In fact, this building probably look completely different by the time of map releases. V6 grind? V6 is good. I don't think I can give you an exact percentage for the whole map anyway, because the map is set up into even now is split into 4 sections, right? And I only track percentages for each individual section, not the whole map. What texture do I need for this? Maybe this isn't right. This green. Yeah, this green is not the right kind of texture for a truss piece. This is more of the kind of texture you'd want for a truss piece, to be honest. At least the end of a truss piece. Is 𝗕𝗺 staying? In a way. How subs house are they going to be? I do not remotely understand. Well, I have an idea of what you're saying, but I wouldn't want to, you know, assume. What are we going for this piece? We could just reuse this, I guess. Need another long piece. I could get new textures for everything, but then the content would be huge, you know? I like to manually align my faces. I don't trust the machines. I don't need to be too accurate, to be honest, on lining these textures up. They are tiny and in the roof of a building. No one is going to see them. But God, that cannot be green. Oh my God. Are bazaar doors coming back? No. I can say categorically, removing bazaar doors was one of the best decisions ever made. You're going to see them? Well, you're going to see them now. Now you've watched me make them. Maybe this will be the highest quality building in all of V6. Maybe not. There's some very high quality buildings in V6. This is a better texture for that. This is 21 degrees. Hey, Spoon. Bazaar raids? No. No. Removing bazaar doors was a great decision and we will not revert it. Why is there no bolts on that? There we go. Okay, this definitely would have been easier to do in Blender, but maybe I hate myself, or maybe I just reached a certain point and was like, fuck it, I've come this far. Easter eggs, V6 will have Easter eggs, yeah. Of course! It's a Paralake map. I guess I can go with this texture here. Maybe not. It's not going to work. I'm not even going to dignify that with a response. You know what you've said. You know what you've done. Let's go with this. Will the city still be called Paralake City? Yes. This has just become a Q&A, but I'm okay with it, to be honest. But yes, the city is still called Paralake City. Is Paralake going to be in V6? The lake is in V6, yes. I don't know about these textures. We'll see. We will see. I guess we can just repeat this at the end. No, these ruin it. These are the problem. Need a different metal. I'm aware OBS doesn't capture the texture browser, but that's okay. I don't want to leak any of the new V6 textures, so it's okay in the end, you know. As much as I'm sure you'd like that. Too clean. Use that on the roof. OBS doesn't capture ESP either, heard from a friend. It's useful advice there. Thank you very much for the tip, Marine Putin, but really do give the money to charity instead. With the link in the description. No one should feel the need to donate to me. We're raising money for charity this Christmas. This still isn't it. I need something that matches these colours. Maybe I shouldn't have gone with green. Maybe that'll work. You thought you did donate to charity? Charity donation is the link in the description. I should probably have turned the donate off. But I don't know if I can, actually. Unless you consider me a charity. You know, I'll take it. I'll take it. I don't know if I should be offended, but, you know. Okay, I think this works better. True, true. I will donate the money for you. Here, I'll do it right now. I will do it for you. If you're sure, this is better. I'm gonna change it. I don't like the texture, but I'll do it later. Thank you, Scoot. Yes, exclamation mark donate brings the 𝗘𝗺cie link to the charity. And £35 or more gets you the gaming bundle with 18 great games in it. I guess let's just try raising this up, see how it looks. Something has not gone quite right here. Oh, it's raised to the wrong point. I need to raise it to here. What's in the gaming bundle? You can find out. I think I posted it on the forums. It's probably the best place to look. The list of games are right there. I put it in chat. Paralake V6 is not in the bundle, I'm sorry to say. Is this the point the roof starts? Because that's an awkward point to start it at. We'll start at one below. So throwback to when XQ live streamed? I have heard. I have heard. I saw the sneaky vault court ad there. Okay, that's better. Right, we have a truss beam. I think there's a small problem what I forgot about. It's not gonna move. It's not gonna do this right. Why don't I do a stream V7 then? Maybe I'll still be here. Thing is, ideally, I guess I probably should have these move across. Like, this is why I should have done it in Blender. Why did no one stop me? Okay, now there's the easy option here, which is trial and error it to line up, or the harder option, which I feel like we should do, because I think it will be better in the long run. You know what Blender is? Blender is modeling software. So Hammer is the level editor. Blender is software to make models in. So if we do this, then we reveal these, and what I'm going to try and do, this might not work. I didn't have the forethought for this, is distort these back so their face... Oh my god, it is going to work. Yay. That saves some work. This is why I use Blender. Because Blender is much easier to make intricate models like this in. That was not quite lined up. There we go. Is that remotely... I don't think that's remotely... This is remotely going to work properly, actually. Maybe. Actually, no, I think it's okay. But we have broken these textures. In fact, we've broken all of them. I don't know why I bothered aligning them before I'd fucking rotated it. Just leave it to there and Blender. Yeah, maybe I should just move it back to Blender. Let me fix these textures first. That's easier to do in Hammer. But textures is not very nice to do in Blender. What angle are we at? 115. Close. No, we want to go down from here, right? Yeah. Just because I can't bother to do the maths. This part looks like it's going to really attack my FPS. Is FPS going to be worse in V6 and V5? We're working very hard to optimize it. So hopefully not. I'm not going to say it will be better, but we're definitely aiming for not worse. Leak new models? There are many new models. So there's too many to leak. I wouldn't know what to leak, you know? I should have just done this in Blender, not gonna lie. It's on me. I mean, it's not too late to start again in Blender, you know? It's not too late. Never too late to do that. Let's cut these off. Okay, I'll probably just end up redoing these in Blender later. I don't know if I'm bothered right now. Because these have come out kind of janky. I completely did not think about. Leak the one that's connected to the new structure. I don't entirely know what you're talking about. Okay, we're going to go with this for now, and then I'm going to remake them in Blender later. But I guess this will give me a little look at what it's going to see. Maybe I won't like them at all, and I've saved myself the effort of remaking it in Blender. What distance do we want to go with? And do we want them to come up against the wall? Maybe. No, I've decided I don't like how that looks. I think a distance of 100 would be good. Maybe that'd be too close. Let's go 120. This is going to clash with my windows, isn't it? Oh, maybe not. My god, maybe they'll just fit. Please fit right in the middle. Oh, you do. Although I am then going to have to center them. Where's 120 here? Yeah, this is not... This is going to actually interfere with the windows. I'm going to have to move the windows. That's okay. How close to central are we? What is central? This point? I think this point is central. Is there a homeless camp in V6? Yes. You joke about high poly testicle, but there is actually a high poly version of poly testicle in the content used for that was used for testing a while back. And then this is going to clip in here, which we don't want. So I'm just going to cut it off. At least now I have a reference point, I guess, to remake them with. Can I donate 10 baseball bats to Jingle Jam? That's all I got. I don't know how much is that is worth. Where are my references? Well, this is close enough to see what it's going to look like. Not ideal, but, you know, good enough. £2 is the word on the streets. And then I feel like there's some beams going between it. Probably want some beams in the ceiling as well. Maybe something to connect to the ceiling, I guess, at least. They don't look too bad from a distance, to be honest. I don't think you'd even notice. Apart from the fact I think there's a gap in this piece. Yeah, there's a slight gap here, but I can fix that relatively easily. Who knows? If these make it into the final map, you'll know that I couldn't be bothered to make them in Blender. If I remake anything, it's probably just going to be these pieces. Is this new PD? Is this new? Are you just spewing out random buildings that this could be now? I didn't do a door here. Now, I like detailing things, but if a building's ownable, you can't detail it too much, which upsets me. I think chat's lost it. I think you've lost it all. Not gonna lie. Okay, if we bring this back here, it's no longer clashing with these. That's what we want. Looks like a lumberjack factory in the forest. Now, funny you should say that. That is something I'd like to add to the forest. This isn't that, but that would be cool. See, if I detail it too much, if people are going to base here, then they're going to hate it because there's too much stuff everywhere. But for what it is, it's definitely going to need some detailing to get across that point. Now, first of all, I've got this space up here, which I put up here because you won't be able to get up here for obvious reasons. And that means space I can put shit. You can prop climb up there, not with something I like to call a player clip. So, let's start off with, I guess, some boxes. It's a good place to start. The question is, do we want crate boxes or boxes? I think a wooden crate. And then some packages. We're getting new Rogue certified traffic lights. Rogue has approved the traffic lights. Okay, let's start by putting this here. Every Thursday, Crunchy. Hey, this isn't the one I want. I want the Zen one. What's my Zen Easter egg package? This one. Thursday's today. Yes, today is the crucifixion day. What is pickleball? I actually don't know what pickleball even remotely is. Now, this building is going to need electrical junk. I don't know if I have enough electrical junk. Maybe I'll have to make more electrical junk. Well, I mean, we can start off with the brand new electronics model, I guess. Not that you're really going to see it up here, but I'll know. I'm just going to put one up here. Hey, look, you could technically see it if I overhang it a little bit. Do I physically simulate this falling? No. No, that's a bad idea. That has the tendency to sometimes crash hammer. We'll place it manually. It's like tennis for old people. I see. So it's nothing to do with pickles. I've been lied to. On a couple of these. I didn't put a base on these models. Well, that's my fault, isn't it? I can't have on its side now. Okay, I guess. Well, electronics affect FPS in Bazaar. Everything affects FPS in Bazaar. No, nothing. No, it's fine. I'm joking. It'll be fine. You don't have to worry about FPS. Don't worry about FPS until I tell you need to worry about FPS. This space up here is bigger than I thought it was. What else can I... What am I putting up here? I need... How much time have I spent on V6? Literally thousands of hours at this point. I have a model actually that I can use here. Let's use some of these. At least 9 minutes? That's close to thousands of hours, yeah. It's like somewhat there. At a fridge? I don't think this is the fridge. I don't think this is a fridge kind of building, you know? I don't think that's quite it. What this does need, though... Now, I haven't decided if I want to use the Half-Life 2 prop or if I want to make my own here. Every building is a fridge kind of building. You know what this building does need? Go on, hit me. I think this model can be found under the lab prefix. I promise this is interesting for me. I'm scrolling through a list of models trying to find the one I want. Okay, there's plenty I want here. So, you know, this model technically fits the vibe. Sort of, maybe. This model could work for what this building is used for. But also, maybe I'll want to remake it and have a different model. Why does this Y have to sit like this? That's really annoying. I have not hit the AC quota unit. No, not at all. Not even, nowhere near the AC unit quota. This is going to be player owned. I think I will have this player owned, yes. Why not? Which means I can't go too prop heavy inside. I think this is just going to have to be pushed against the wall. It's a shame because those cables look cool, but I think that's going to cause more problems. Is it really a good idea to put that there then? Are you talking down to me, huh? Oh, that has to do with me. I'm the mapper here. And yes, it is. If it fits the vibe. Actually, I want it against maybe this wall. Maybe this will... Can have limited detailing. But detailing nonetheless. Look, we removed the beds from Regals, okay? I probably will replace with I might replace with a custom model, but not right now. Yeah, sorry. Bed's gone from Regals. Maybe right here. I'm okay with this box thing being here. I'll just put more boxes with it. Although we could probably just situate it even more and then the box is gone. The big fish and docks will still be there. We will not take away the sea monster. It is a legal resident of Paralake. Okay, then for the time being, we're going to hit this with a player clip. The dreaded player clip. I'll do for now. I also found extra models that I can put up here now. Where were they? Smaller things near the edge so you can see them better. I don't know if you'll see this at all, to be honest, but I can test that later. I guess from the end of the room, you can probably see it a little bit. We have plenty of models here now that I can use. There's also this... Oh, they're the same model. Never mind. This one is the one I want. Had a couch up there? No one's getting up here. What are we going a couch for? This is going towards the new casino in V6. Oh god. I must say, casino in V6 looks pretty good. I had a hand in making it. It's pretty good looking. Not to, you know, not to toot my own horn or anything. Casino's pretty sick. We removed all the vending machine, there's nothing in it. It's just a big empty room you can sit in on your own now, Payne. It's much better for your bank account. This is good. These are the props I need. This one's kind of ugly though, I might remake it. I like this one. I wish the little screen was animated, but can't have everything. I want to lean it up there. I'll lean it up against this one. No, I didn't say that. I did not say no, absolutely not. Will the majority of props turn up for us to use? Post V6 launch, there will be an update. There will be a furniture update 2.0, like my original furniture update, where we bring out all of the many props made for V6 so that people can use them in game. But it will happen after the launch because, you know, gotta finish the map first. I actually think this is a forced dynamic prop. I actually think this one has to be... That is not remotely straight there, is it? Some props aren't compiled with static prop, and if they're half of 2 props, there's nothing I can do about it. But you can set it to be a prop fizz override, which tells the game to take the fact that it's a physics prop and overwrite it into being a static prop. Then you just tell, or a dynamic prop, and you just tell the engine that you don't want someone to be able to pick it up with their fizz gun, and they'd never know, apart from the fact that it doesn't light quite right. But you got to use them sparingly because dynamic props are worse on performance than static ones considerably. So what I want to do is disable shadows because dynamic props cast dynamic shadows, which don't look as good as baked ones. And then we want allow fizz gun. No, I know you can't see this menu, but that's why I'm talking you through it. Okay, we can probably just fill the rest of this with like boxes and shit. It's probably fine. Maybe a bigger crate. It's just got to look like someone's used this area for storage, you know? It's just where they put stuff that they don't need. That's too new. These boxes have been here for a while. That'll do. I think this is an indication the V6 is nowhere near yet. What makes you say that? I'm not going to say when V6 will be out, but... I think I need to take up some room now. That this area that I've made is bigger than I thought it was. So we can shove up here, I don't know, just another crate, I guess. We can have the open crate and we can put something in the crate. We can have the open crate fallen over. Rogue, I agree, you could do ASMR for a living. That's looking like someone just threw a bunch of shit up here. Let's just throw in another monitor. It's just the monitor crate. Sure, let's go with that. You want a duck? Tell you what, I don't know if there's a duck model. There's no duck model. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Okay, and let's put this tube, this metal duct. This metal duct was added for slums. I can tell you that because I added it for slums. Rogue discusses traffic like ASMR. I'm all for it. I think this is suitably shitted up there. Suitably junked. I'm gonna add... I'm being informed that it is my, I've got to take my mandated break. My union mandated break now. I'm gonna take my union mandated break. I'll be back in a bit. I've been told that I've got to end my union mandated break now. Tell you what, I think this is the slowest I've ever made a building of this size. It turns out, reading chat and talking about what I'm doing really slows you down. But that's okay, because it's for charity. Is this door fitting in the hole? You know what? It's close enough. Remember, exclamation point donate in the chat. £35 or more gets you the Jingle Jam Games collection. So this is going to have to be quite empty if people are going to own it. So I don't think there's much more I can put in here. At least not floor space. Wall space, on the other hand, is a different issue. Also, I've got this electrical box, which maybe I can put in here. Maybe if I extend the room by the length of the electrical box, then it's not really taking up any extra space, you know? I mean, it means I have to extend a room, which is a bit of a pain. But I think it would add to the purpose of the building. Let's do it. Let's do that here. I've got a good answer to that. The money goes nowhere near me. Doesn't even touch me. Goes straight to the charities. I have no involvement. Okay, this is going to be part of the roof, but I'm going to need to extend it if I'm fucking with this. And that's just the... Oh, this is slightly annoying, isn't it? Okay, no worries. Where do I move the wall to? Here. I guess so. And then there is... What is this triangle? Why is there just a random triangle? I don't think we want this. Let me just fix this. Cool, and then do we need to extend it on the other side, or no? I guess the other side was already going through it, so we actually need to shorten it. Let's fix this though. Okay. Okay, this now fits in the room. And the room is technically the same size as before. How far in? Push it about that far in. Only issue is there something here? It's the monitor. I need to make this wall thicker. Actually, we'll just stick it out slightly. We'll just go back to the original plan where it was sticking out of the wall. And we will grab one of these, so it doesn't look alone. In fact, maybe I can even cover it up. Maybe not. Actually, I think there's others. Let's just... We don't want the poor electrical box to be alone. I think they're all under the prefix of lab. Yes, we can use this. That is way smaller than I thought it was. I guess we can use this. This is much bigger. And they don't stick through. I don't think there is. I think this will be fine. Obviously we need to add lights, and I think I'm going to add my favorite lights that I've made, which is this one. I like this light. How are we going to hang it? We're going to hang it from the center, or we could attach it like this to the beams. That would probably require me making changes to the model to remove the ropes. But then maybe it's a bit big for this building. It might be a bit big. See, I've got my there's another light I've made on the walls. I don't think it's a wall light. I think if we're going with the walls, we've got to use the other fluorescent ones. But these ones will also sit much nicer on the beams. How is it done in my reference photo? There aren't any lights in the building. Well, that's one way to do it. Definitely going to have lights in here. Let's see, how do they look suspended? Maybe it'll look okay. We might even be able to suspend it, not quite suspend between two beams. Is the VOD going to be saved like your others or not, because it's super duper secret? The VOD will be saved. Like the rest of the Jingle Jam streams, they're all saved. I actually don't think this light even fits between the beams, so it's out. It can go in here. That isn't the center. This is the center. As circle lights? No. No. Circle lights don't fit. We can put one in here, but actually in here is going to fit a different kind of light, I think. The hanging ones? Oh, you know what? I do have a new hanging light. A new circle hanging light. Where is it? There it is. Though I didn't give it any string or rope or cable. But that's okay, I guess. We can just sort of put it there. You can go with that. And in here I want... Maybe I'm going to give that one a cable. In here, I need... I don't remember what it's called. So let me scroll through the list of all the lights in the game. Actually, I want this one. I don't know about this ceiling. I don't know what's up with these textures, but they are looking... I feel like these are looking more pixelated than normal, but maybe they're not. I can't tell. I feel like I've pressed a button and everything's gone kind of Minecrafty. A little light in here. Yeah, the cable's still there. The light in here could still use these to be up, probably, but you know what they could do, which would be cool, but performance intensive. But really cool. Okay, we've got to sum up performance versus really cool here. Okay. Now, what would be cool is to give this a dynamic rope and have it actually hang from a rope. So that you could like hit it with things and it would like, oh, that would be awesome. Do I do it? I feel I kind of want to do it. Yes, swingy light. We could have a swingy light. It's possible. It is technically possible. I also technically know how to do it. Go big, go home. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. Music was a bit much. What I'm doing is cool, but not that cool. Okay, let's see if I remember how to do this correctly. So I want this to come down to here. No, no one has correctly guessed the building. Is that too low? That might be too low. Right there, I guess. Okay. Let's see if I can remember how to do this. Okay, to start with, rope needs probably to be thinner. Like that. Okay, then we need to make this a prop physics. This is not the third sewage building, okay? We don't have 3 sewage buildings. We've got 1, maybe 2 sewage buildings. Okay, let's call this go. Parent this to this. Okay, then what is it I need to make this do the thing? Pretty sure I need a constraint system. A constraint system. Just put here. Doesn't need to be anywhere connected to the model. It just tells it if there's 2 forces acting on the same thing, not to run them both at once and cause performance issues. So then we just need a constraint length constraint. And this needs to sit, I guess, I think at the start, at the top, or just below the top, and then come down to the bottom of the rope, I think. And then entity 1 you leave blank, entity 2 gets tied to the model. I think that's how you do it. Maybe? Oh, and then I tell it the constraint manager, which I didn't name. I guess compiling is the only way we can find out if this worked. So I guess we do that. And if it didn't work, I'm sure there'll be hilarious consequences. Why won't map compile? Or it'll just sit there on the ground and be really disappointing. I don't know why I've decided to compile with lights. That doesn't make any sense. We don't need lights. Turn off lights. Is the puck roundabout in V6? Yes, of course. Otherwise, what would Rogue have to break? He'd be very disappointed. Let's see if OBS picks up on the game. Maybe. Or maybe not. There we go. Did this work? Oh my god, it worked. I don't know why you're doing that, but that's not important. Also, the doors aren't working properly, but that's not important. Okay, but it is a bit swingy. I think there is a way to fix that. Swing swung, yeah. I think if we change this from length constraint to is it a spring? Maybe it's that simple. How do you test how much in Gmod? I have it compile and export into Gmod. I ran the map basically. Okay, well, it's different. It's different. Spring constant, spring length. Is this in units or? Let's just set it to 5. I don't know. I don't know. Oh. Is that the length? No. Is this the length? Maybe? I guess we can try that. No, that wasn't it. That wasn't it. Okay, spring length. Let's just try 5. I don't know if it's in units or real measurements. It's a bit low, you don't say. That's 5? Would it just not do anything? The lesser spring will stretch. Okay, let's make this like 400. Less stretchy. And make this like, I don't know, a length of 2. Hey, that's better. It's a bit bouncy still. But the length is better. So less bouncy spring. Make it 5. Spring constant. So it's like 800. Relative damping constant. Make this like 0.5. Make it unfizz gunnable. Yeah, but still, if things are going to hit it, I need it to not move around quite so much. But I might have gone a bit too far in the other direction now. And you can definitely spring it far. Maybe it was better as a rope. Maybe it's better as a rope. Let's try putting it back to normal. Put it back to a length constraint. Length should be like that. No additional length, no minimum length. It's probably okay for now. Probably can... I mean, it doesn't have a constraint system set up now. Okay, next thing to try that we'd need to do is getting a light attached to it. Because obviously that's going to sell the effect, so we want a light dynamic. To clarify, this might not make it into V6 if the performance is terrible. I'm mainly doing it for fun. Is it a radio station? Radio station's getting closer. Let's increase this to like there, that'll be fine. Movie station's further away again. Movie station, movie set. Probably should have some lights in here in the first place, but you know, we'll do that later. Let's just parent this to there and see if this works at all. Oh, I didn't compile with lighting, so that's not going to help. Let's try again, but with lighting. And see how long it takes. Not too long, hopefully. Static prop might take a little bit. Let's just turn off static prop lighting. Lights, static prop lighting, goodbye. Nothing's happening. I think I broke it. Well, I'd love it if it would compile. Oh, it's going. It's going. It took a while. It just took a while to decide it wanted to compile. This isn't quite right. Where's my lighting? Okay. Oh, I need a static light in here as well for it to decide it wants to do it, I think. Light. Let's try again. Maybe now? There we go. So, ignoring that light. Okay, so it is... Oh, chill. I think it is... There is a light there. Sort of. Not doing very much. Why? Maximum distance looks fine. We can up it a little bit further. We can probably increase the angles as well. Maybe that's it. And let's just move this so it's not literally blinding. Can't really tell what's going on then. I'm aware you couldn't see what I was just doing. I was just adjusting values. It's not very interesting. I mean, to be fair, I don't think any of this is particularly interesting, but, you know. It's made lots of money for charity, so... Okay, so... It's working. It's just really, really not bright. That's something at least. Light brightness. Let's make it 10. When V6 releases, the workshop map also going to go up at the same time. Yes, it will come out on the workshop at the same time as the server. Kind of seems like it's facing the wrong direction, you know? That's odd. Why is it seemingly facing the wrong way? It's parented to the right point. I mean, I guess we could technically just compensate by turning it 90 degrees. Oh, actually it doesn't want me to. But it's pointing 0, 0, 0. It should be the... Well, maybe it's not the ground, actually. Let's go... that, I think. Maybe it should be negative. Does that have an arrow? No, that'd be too useful. Okay, well... Thank you. We'll get this light working. Nope, still facing over here for some reason. Is there a command so I can see dynamic light frustrums in game? Doesn't make any sense. Why would it be facing over there? Maybe it's the way it parents? I guess we can try parenting it to the end of the rope instead. How do I turn the box switch button? I'm not sure what you're referring to. Okay, now it's parented to the rope. And it still doesn't seem right. Yeah, it's definitely pointing at like a 90-degree angle. Why? Okay. That is... actually, no, that's not... Now it's upside down, I think. That should be pointing the ground. Also to make this make some distance longer, so like 800. Let's try again. Well, this is some kind of progress. Except it's definitely still pointing the wrong direction. Oh, thank you very much, Cinderin, for donating to the charity. I hope you enjoy your games collection. It's definitely facing the wall. Okay, let's remove this 90. Does that do anything? Is that doing anything? Okay, what direction is it spawning facing? This wall. So it's facing this wall. So I mean, theoretically, you just turn it that way by 90 degrees. But I don't think that's actually making a change. Which axis would that be? So I guess theoretically, if we're just compensating for the fact it's going to sit at a 90 degree angle for some reason. And technically, it would be this. Hey, it's pointing down. It's blindingly bright, but it is pointing down. Let's turn the brightness down to like, I don't know, 2, maybe even less. Then we will light the room with static lights, but this will still blur about, so you'll get the effect. And I think I'll add 2. I think the room will have 2, maybe. Like 1 here and 1 here. Maybe 1 here, yeah. Okay, but theoretically it's all working now. Apart from the fact I have to set up a second one. Oh, whoops. It was a bit violent, but I think it's working. I mean, it's sort of freaking out, but there we go. There's something going on here, but I think it's probably because it's just falling in a... It'll be fine, it'll be fine. If we're going to have these, I think this is fine. As long as Rogue doesn't scale them. That would probably break it. Will it just let me copy this? And it'll just rename everything for me? Or is it going to be a pain? Like if I wanted a second one here. It's going to be a pain. Okay, constraint system 2. That's lights are fine, I think. Next keyframe should be 3. Yeah. You don't have a next keyframe. And your next keyframe should be like 1. No, that's yourself. 2. There we go. This light is not correct. This model should be 2. Parent is correct. No. 3. Parent this to 3. There we go. I know you can't see it. Once again, I'm talking gibberish. Constraint system is 2. Tell this to use constraint system 2. And the entity is light 2. Hopefully, we will have 2 swingy lights now. Hey. Sort of. This light, is that not right? Light 3. That's okay, certified. Light 1. You're parented to outpost light 2. Which this is. So you should be parented to light 3. This is light 3. Why is the light not moving on this one? Oh. They're parented to each other. I want you to parent to the new model. Okay, I think I fixed it. It's okay. Panic over. Now we have 2 swingy lights. I'll fix this. Swingy lights, some atmospheric lights, and then some sunbeams coming in through the windows, and I think this is going to look sweet. But I am probably going to leave the stream here, because it's getting late. And I probably won't stream this building again, because it will be done by the time I stream next time. I will finish it tomorrow. But I very much might do a second mapping stream for week 2 of the Jingle Jam, because the Jingle Jam lasts 2 weeks. We're almost through week 1. So for week 2, there might be a second stream. I know you just got here, but it's like almost 1 in the morning now. So for next week, another mapping stream, maybe. So, I've been streaming for like 2.5 hours. Sleep faster. And I'm not convinced what I'm doing is even particularly interesting. What would I be doing next? Probably just lighting. Actually, probably cables. I wanted to add some cables. Fine, I will stay and add the cables. I wanted to add 1 cable. Keyframe rope. So I don't think we use ropes at all in V5. But they are very cool. Source is actually very good at ropes. Alright, I want it coming from here into this box. This is the kind of building that would have ropes in the ceiling. Perhaps a little higher. Actually no, perhaps it would be more over here. And then we will increase the slack so it's coming out the bottom. There we go. And then you know what we could do? We could have the cable going into the bottom of the lights. And that would just involve... Are you the right keyframe? Wait, you're just called keyframe 2? That's probably that's actually definitely going to cause some issues. You can't just be called keyframe 1 and 2. Okay, that will definitely cause problems. Why you just call keyframe? Oh god. Okay. Outpost. Right, I need to. If you don't name your ropes, they start connecting to each other randomly across the map, which has happened. And trust me, it was not fun to have a rope go from suburbs to halfway into the forest. Did I number this one? No. It makes you 3. You're 2. You're 4. Okay, so 1 goes to... Oh, have I misnamed them? Maybe not. No, it's fine. You're going to 2, which is right there. You go to 3, which is there. And this rope goes to 4. And then we take these 2, we tell it to up the slack. I think 75 will be okay here. Yeah. The only problem is this one has also attached to 4 for some reason. That's not right. Why is it doing that? Should be only going to 2, unless this one is going back to 2. This one's going back to 1. Let's get rid of that. That's looking better. And then I'm going to add what is, I think, Rogue's favorite prop. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is Rogue's favorite prop. Maybe even a second one over here. Probably shouldn't have physics. You able to tell us what you personally like most about the new version? It is much more detailed. Much more detailed. I'm sure, as you can see just from what I've been doing, I think the level of detail in the new map is awesome. Every building feels lived in and like a, like a real building. Feels like a real place that you'd actually visit, rather than just an abstract collection of cubes. Well, this is coming along nicely. I will finish this tomorrow. It doesn't need too much more. Because if people are going to own it, they want nice empty space. So pretty much we'll just decorate the outside tomorrow. And finish the lighting. And then this will be done. But yes, as I said, tomorrow... no, next week I might do another Hammer stream, another V6 stream, because, it is for charity, and this has raised a lot for charity, which is very important. Otherwise, though, thank you very much for watching. Tomorrow we've got Dale and Dawson with the whole crew. Big stream tomorrow. I think we'll start streaming about 9 PM GMT tomorrow, so tune in for that if you want to see that. Otherwise, I hope this has been at least somewhat not boring to watch. Maybe if people really do like it, I will keep streaming small parts of the map as I make it. Until I run out of stuff to make, which will happen, because the map will be finished. Who knows? Who knows? But thank you very much for watching. Thank you for donating. If you haven't already, the link stays active even when I'm not streaming. Donating £35 or more will give you access to the games collection and let you donate to 8 amazing charities. But thank you very much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow for Dale and Dawson.